everybody, welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I completely forgot what I was saying already. Great start. Hi, my name is Magic. And I am playing a chaotic goat man called Seeker, who is currently in a Halloween costume. Don't worry about it. And I am here with my lovely friend and co-host.
Hi, I'm Avi, and today I'll be playing another NPC exclusive to Yedo, specifically Okashima. Her name is Dr. Tani Takagi. Yeah. Your local, punk rock physician, anyway. How you doing, Seeker?
Okay. Seekers, it's been a very weird few days.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm assuming this is set after the 1 FPS with Professor and, the...
Yeah.
Fuck,
Okay.
what's her XP name? I don't remember.
To put it into perspective, what happened? To put this into perspective, you guys got here. Azumi turned himself in, and then for a few days, maybe 3 to 4-ish days, y'all have scattered around and done whatever sightseeing and a mix of information gathering. And then all of a sudden, Azumi just gets let out of police custody out of nowhere. And then a day later, news breaks. So there's already a lot going on.
God. Yeah, there's a lot fucking happening. Words. That is my strong suit today, I swear. A lot has happened, and, Seeker hasn't done much investigating, so, he figures, with this entire situation, random appearances out of nowhere, that casually happen, and just strange happenstance, this is a very strange thought for Seeker,
Uh-oh.
But what if he talked to, a medical professional?
Oh, I love that.
Because comparatively, if he knows, there's something happening, maybe someone who, physically examines people on probably a daily basis would have noticed something by now. Things like that.
Yeah. As I do a quick sip.
Sip.
Alright.
Sip is very good.
You're in luck, Seeker, because, you did in fact get introduced to, the Gris Cafe, which is located in, the Sangen-Jaya area, which is this sort of back alley area in Okashima. Very, very small, not a lot of people out in the streets per se. And there are one or two blocks nearby with residential houses and stuff. But there's also other stuff you can do here. There's there's a pawn shop. There's a little grocery area that's very, very small comparatively. This is not a big chain. There's a movie theater, surprisingly enough. Excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
Anyway, We're good. um, but just a little bit down the street from the corner that turns towards the Gris Cafe, there is a what do you call it? A doctor's office.
Doctor's office.
Mm-hmm, yeah, a back alley doctor's office. A local doctor.
Well,
a clinic. There we go.
This isn't shady at all.
This isn't shady at all. I should probably find a picture of what it looks like from the outside.
I can imagine it in my mind.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen the game and I'm just like, yeah, there's nothing suspicious going on here. Nope.
If for our listening audience, ooh, I found it.
Ooh.
For our listening audience, in the game, you're tasked with trying to find a place to buy like medical equipment and whatnot. And the place you happen upon is this right here, Takagi Medical Clinic. It is very shady.
It's literally tucked into the corner.
Literally tucked into the corner of this map. Like dead ass. You have
see
to.
that there's like a whole. There's a fucking hallway.
Yeah. There's this If you look at the map, it is literally at the corner of the map. And, yeah, so this is essentially where you find yourself. Just this little, like, back alley area with this building and an elevator to go up to the clinic.
Oh, fuck, right? It's an elevator!
Yeah!
Seeker is just staring at this elevator. Well, this isn't, very, very shady. Nope, not at all. Presses the elevator button.
Alright, yeah, no, there's this is like one of those, like, really old, like, elevators. It probably doesn't look like how it does in the screenshot I shared. It's probably like one of those old elevators with like the iron gate. You know the ones that like, pulled out.
Yeah, yeah. Seeker kind of like it's just like, I probably should put on gloves before I get on this thing. Does not put on gloves and gets on this thing.
Seeker. Well, it's a good thing you're going to see a doctor.
He's fine. As long as he doesn't touch it for an extended period of time, which he won't.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so you take the elevator up, and these are, again, early elevators, though they are a bit jittery. But, the elevator stops eventually when you hit the floor that you're meaning to go to, and, there's, like, probably a bit of a hall before you finally find the right door, and when you enter in, this is what you see. This is a waiting room. Absolutely a waiting room. It is comparatively small to most, to probably a lot of, like, clinics, but, there is, like, a set of chairs, some brochures and whatnot, I like, paperwork stuff, the stereotypical, things, that you will find, in a clinic, and, to your immediate left, there is, like, this little, like, window booth, with, like, a sliding glass, and the glass is already slid open. And there is just this lady who is kind of just lounging there, probably reading over a clipboard in her hands. And, she looks up at you, and she says, what does she say?
Take your time.
Yeah. She looks at you and she gives you an up and down because she clearly does not recognize you. And
Yeah, hey, Tani.
yeah.
This is, this is definitely not, somewhat part of the, I'm assuming mainly human population of Yeto. No, this is definitely a satyr. He's got the horns and everything.
I mean, non-humans are pretty common in Yeto, but I doubt like a half fae would be.
Yeah. It's just a fae.
Yeah. So she gives you an up and down and a raised brow, and she says, "Do you have an appointment?"
No, actually. Apologies. I only got here a little while ago, so wouldn't have time to make an appointment. Regardless, I don't need medical attention. But I did want to ask you some questions.
Uh-huh. And like she had been sitting like in a way with like her feet propped up on the desk, but then like when you say that you want to ask her questions, she just takes her feet off the desk and just straightens up. And I will say right now, this is a very punk looking lady.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though she is wearing a lab coat, that is what you usually see are for doctors. She is wearing this pretty like short dress, this black dress, and a collar. What do you call it? A choker necklace. I think that's what it's called. But she kind of just straightens up and looks you over, and I think what she says is,
Take your time.
yeah, no. I know the vibe that she wants to go for. It is just figuring out the words. Literally just the words. Look, if this is about the legitimacy of my license, I've already gotten that approved several times. Again.
This goat man just kind of looks like confused at you. And just, what? No, I wasn't here to ask about your license. I want to know more about medicine. I've been here for like what? And like Seeker kind of like stops for a moment. 1, 2, 3. I've been here for like less than a week. Why would I know about your license? Do I look like a medical professional? It's the coat, isn't it? I knew the coat was too much.
She actually, like, again looks you over and just goes, actually, if anything, the scarf's a little too much.
Oh, the scarf? I can't get rid of the scarf! That's like the main detail of the outfit, okay.
Sorry, Professor. Are you committing cat crimes while I'm recording? Oh, you sure are. Come here.
Kiss cream. But yeah. By the way, Seeker is definitely wearing a professor costume because it's spooky month, and I am legally obligated.
Oh, wonderful. We love to see it.
I am legally obligated to put them in a Halloween outfit.
Fashion seeker.
um I think, um, just,
And oh, are we really just gonna jump right into it, Tani? Are we?
do it.
Alright, yeah. You essentially told her that you just want to know about medicine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, she, looks you over, and, she says, what did you say your name was?
Oh, I didn't. You can call me Sika if you'd like. And, like, he holds out a hand. You said she was leaning over the counter, right?
Yeah, she's gonna lean over the counter and shake your hand.
You do not get a handshake, you get a light head bonk.
Alright, here we go. Okay, you just get a nat 20 on that, huh?
She is fine. Absolutely fine.
Alright.
I think Seeker kind of, like, leans his head back a bit and takes his other hand and is just like, oh, hot head. No offense.
She kind of just, like, rubs a hand at the spot where you, like, bonked your head against hers, and you've never met this woman before, Seeker, but the look she gives you... the look she gives you, you have a feeling that you have something coming for you very soon.
He's just like, oh, sorry, customary greeting of my people.
Right. And, she lets... Sorry, the laughing's contagious, I love you.
Okay.
Alright. And, she looks over her clipboard. There's probably, like, a, one of those, like, wall calendars or whatnot, and she looks that over. And after a moment of, like, just double checking, she just looks back to you and she says, well, I've got an opening right now, lucky for you. If you want to ask me questions, why don't we take it into the examination room?
Oh boy, this isn't suspicious at all. Sure.
Alright. And she makes a gesture towards the door across from the entrance. For you to, like, enter and everything. And she gets up from her little spot and, walks in that direction. You can't see where she goes because, that is behind a wall.
Fair enough. Seeker will go over to the door and gently open it.
Let me see if I can find a good picture of the examination. Oh shit, somebody just straight up nabbed the assets. Okay.
Nice.
We like that. We like that a lot.
Stolen assets. It is ours. Property theft.
Thank you, Google Images. Anyway. It's probably, like, not that big of a clinic anyway. But she does, like, open a door for you and you enter in, and welcome to the examination room, Seeker. I'm going to be real. in the game, it is not this dark. I'm pretty sure this is whatever program this person loaded these assets in. Usually it's like lit up like the clinical lighting.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like an actual, like, doctor's room.
Yeah. And, she gestures for you to take a seat on the examination bed.
He does. Do you think he would be short enough where his hooves would slightly dangle?
Yes. Just because I think it's funny.
Yeah. He just kind of, like, softly kicks his legs because that's something he can do.
Yeah. But yeah. She gestures for you to sit, you take a seat, and, I'm trying to debate whether or not she becomes even more ominous.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm being enabled on recording.
Yeah! Enables you, enables you, enables you.
And, she, locks the door and then takes a seat, across from you.
I think he's just like, so, this is a nice place you got here.
And, she just kind of nods and says, thanks. I've been running this place on my own for a few years now. And, she's still holding a clipboard.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's still holding the clipboard. She looks it over, and, I think what she ends up saying is, so, you wanna ask me questions about medicine, right?
Yeah, just, state of medicine, how's it been, that sort of stuff. Do you want me to get right into the questions, or?
No, I think Tani. Yeah, I think I'm just sitting here because my god. My god, is my girl giving me so many mischievous vibes.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it,
Yeah.
do it.
So, you see her, like, again, glance between you and her clipboard. And, she looks up at you, and she says, how do you word this? Well, asking me a question is still going to take up some of my time, so how about I get a little something out of it, too? Does that sound fair?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Yeah, she nods. And, you see her, like, cross her legs, one knee on top of the other, and then, like, fold her arms, so that, they are resting on the, on her knee, and the hand that's holding the clipboard is kind of, like, dangling the clipboard, in her grip. And she says, look, I happen to make my own medicine, and I'm really good at making my own medicine. But I have a new batch and nobody to run a clinical trial with. Do you want to give it a shot?
Sure.
And she blinks. She blinks. And she says, wait, are you serious?
I mean, sorry, I'm looking at the chat. I mean, Yeah, why not? I'm asking for information. You want information about your thing. I can't guarantee you I'll give you reasonable results. Listen. I look at the gallery. Here's my logic. It's not medicine for him. He is just trying the medicine. You know? This is a low wisdom moment from this corner of Seeker.
Oh my god, hang on. Because, like, okay, I want to describe this moment in more detail because it's so fucking funny to me, and I love it so much. Magic, Seeker is a fae, he's a satyr, and, Tani, seems to be a human.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, audience. Neither of you are Toon. This is a Toonkind country, but the way you respond and the way she reacts to your response, it would have been a perfect moment for a record scratch. She was absolutely not expecting you to agree to that.
And, like, listen, if I somehow go missing, I cannot guarantee your safety, so I'm good on that front.
Oh, please, you're not going to disappear.
Always a concern when you walk into shady places in the middle of alleys. No offense.
The place is cheap. And, well, you did agree, and so that means she kind of has to, like, follow up on this.
I'm sorry, Abby, if this isn't what you expected.
No, I fully expected this. Tani did it, and I think it's hilarious. It is so funny. You see her stand up from her seat, and she goes off to the side. There's probably, like, a little area off screen, where, she kind of, like, roots around for a bit, and she finds something, specific. Okay. And she comes back to you, and she's holding this, like, very, very small, like, I guess it's a vial of some kind of, like, reddish fluid.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, okay, for the sake of the audience, it is very much not blood. It is not a deep red. It is a, like, a kind of vibrant red. Blows a kiss to the audience. I love you. She uncorks it and hands it to you, and she says, "Bottoms up."
He looks at it. He's just stares for a moment and then drinks it like a shot.
Perfect. Okay. Roll me a con save.
Oh boy! Con saves! I'm great at those. Wait a minute. Shit, this isn't Dice Parser anymore. Hold on. 15!
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
As I check my notes. Okay, yeah, this is the one she picked. Okay. Seeker, for a good few seconds, nothing happens. And she is in that, like, she has taken her seat again, sitting in that, like, way that I had described earlier with her legs crossed and everything. And she's watching you expectantly, and, like, a few seconds pass, and then all of a sudden, your mouth is just filled with this burning sensation. Almost like you're being overwhelmed with, like, spicy flavor. And
I feel like the start, like, he was about to go, like, well, this is ow, fuck! And just, like, put a hand over his mouth, like, what the fuck?
And it is so spicy, in fact, it burns, so much that for, like, a split second, you have, like, dots swimming in your vision.
I think I wiggle. I think he's just, like, reflex coughing because, like, ow, spicy, what the fuck?
And she does like, she does, like, again, move, and, like, she gets up and, like, goes off screen, comes back, and she hands you a cup of water.
He takes it and, like, drinks it, and it's just like, what did you put in that? Casvikin?
And I can't find the, like, actual script from, like, Persona 5, but I did rip this wholesale from Persona 5. But actually, I think what she says is, now we're even for that head bonk.
It wasn't even that hard!
She smirks, like she is incredibly proud of herself. As you drink your water, you do realize that, like, the flavor does wash out. You have, the sneaking suspicion that she picked this one specifically to fuck with you.
I wiggle. Like, all Seeker is giving me is just, like, I can't express the faces properly, so I'm just gonna type it.
Oh.
This is all he's giving me. He makes like that neutral face of displeasure.
I mean, here's the thing. She did tell you that she makes her own medicine. And she did say that her doctor's license, her license to practice medicine, is legitimate. And she has gotten it approved several times. Because, apparently, this is not the first time somebody's come to ask her questions, quote unquote. So, like, the more you sit here and the more, like, you process what just happened, you realized you were never in any danger from the start. Because she is that good at making her own medicine.
I do soft wiggles. It's just... Well...
Alright, I'll hold up my end of the deal. What do you want to ask?
question that's like, it's completely off topic to literally everything, but it's just, do you do that to everyone who walks into your clinic asking about medicine?
Not everyone. Just to the people that I think it would be funny.
You know what? I could appreciate dedication to the bit.
That's a good. I love that. I love that so much.
I think Seeker pulls out a notepad and like a pen from his pockets of this doctor's, like, I don't think it's like an actual doctor's coat. I think it's probably like one of those fake like doctor's coats. It's a nice coat anyway.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, all right. First question: how is every sort of medicine in Yedo like more material medicine like this'll? And he's like kind of gesturing to like the surrounding area.
Oh, this is a very good question, and I'm sad that like Fletch nor Marzi are here, because they co-own the country that Yedo is a trade partner with. Give me a sec to like drink real quick.
Yes, water, hydration. I will also drink water. Water is very good, and I'm drinking it because it's hot in here. I don't understand how.
Alright. You see her pause as she thinks about it, and she says, well, I mean, it's a little bit of both, really. It's, medicine is becoming more of a recent thing now that, we're picking up trade with Force and Awe. But you'll still see like a couple of shrines or whatnot that will do healing in the magic sense, but healing doesn't always cure everything, and sometimes you need a little bit more precision, and that's what clinics like this is for.
I'm sorry, I'm writing this down. Like,
alright, take your time, take your time. What's your history, by the way? It was really good the last time I remember.
It's a +9.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to roll it?
Yeah, let's go with the roll. I think it'll be good. Just so I know how much to give.
20.
Okay.
18.
Yeah. So she did say that, like, Yedo and Force and Awe are trade partners. You would know that Force and Awe... Fletch, if you listen to this later on, Fletch or Marzi, you do know that Force and Awe is pretty well equipped in Magitech. But they are also incredibly adept at medicine. So it does make sense that Yedo will have a bit of Force and Awe's like medicine. Maybe not the same like medical prowess, but in the same vein.
Okay. Okay. I have this information down on my sheet. I am not going to be able to read this later. My handwriting is shit.
That's you.
So, you said there was sort of shrines for the sort of magical healing services, right?
And she gives you a nod.
Would there be many people that specialize in, I don't know, resurrection or... Is that not very common here?
She kind of, like... She looks a little bit surprised that you're asking something like this. And she says... That's not exactly common. You need a very powerful cleric or magician or what have you in order to pull off a good resurrection. And you don't really see those just loitering around a shrine, even if they work there.
I think he nods and, like, takes a note, and it's just, okay. I don't think that would be a relevant question. I think, like, God, like, Seeker's other question is just, like, ask about, like, alternate dimension shit, and it's just like, this is a doctor. This is a doctor.
I don't think she would know how to respond if you asked her about stuff like that.
Yeah, he figures. Maybe that's something for a different time. Anyway, alright. Have you noticed anything generally, like, strange recently? I don't know, just with your patients or just in general?
And oh shit, that was really good. Okay, that was a really good history roll by my beloved doctor. You see her, like, kind of think about it for a moment, and, like, there's a brief moment where she opens her mouth, to say something before she, like, seems to remember something. And she says, well, I can't really go into specifics, This is,
Oh, no, don't break any patient, confidentiality or anything. Just, general stuff. I don't need names.
Right. There was an odd case. And she, leans forward, and I'm not gonna do this in her voice because I don't think I can figure this out because I'm coming up with it off the top of my head. But she tells you, with bare minimum details that a patient, came in, she prescribed, painkillers, for one reason or another, and told him to come back at the, end of the week just so, like, she can check on how they're doing. And she tells you that at the end of the week, the reason why they needed the painkillers, they weren't feeling pain at all anymore. Not because of the painkillers. Maki, don't mess with that. So essentially, she had prescribed medicine expecting it to take a little bit longer to, like, adjust.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason or another, this person did not need that medicine anymore.
Like, they stopped needing medicine very subtly in comparison to normal wait times.
Yeah.
And they didn't...
Oh, continue.
No, go ahead.
She... Actually, this doesn't make sense for her to ask yet. You go ahead.
And he didn't go to anyone else? Or they didn't go to anyone else? You never said gender.
She shakes her head and says, no, I'm his primary care physician. Maki, stop being a crime kitty. You are thwacking your tail against the mic. Come here. Come here.
Crime cat. Criminal.
She is criminal.
Criminal.
Oh, Maki, okay, you're just gonna... Okay. Thank you so much, Maki. Anyway. But yeah. She tells you that she's, this patient's primary care physician.
Me Magic has, like, a thought about that, but I'm not gonna say it anyway. I don't think it would occur.
Imagine having the plague as your primary care physician. This is a joke that will only make sense if you play Persona 5.
Okay. Alright, this is maybe a personal question, but, is your hair, like, always that naturally indigo? Or do you, like, dye it?
Oh, no, this is all natural, baby.
Listen, I am reading from my questions I wrote in class. That was one of them.
Oh, I love that. It is very secret, and I love that.
I do, no offense, but I do think it's a very strange color. It's got, like, a little bit of, like, pinkish red to the tips.
Hang on, let me actually look at her again, because I
had to like do the title card, and like if you do look really closely, it has like some like red at the tips.
Yeah, I do see that. Yeah, it's another case of like Atlas's weird coloration, how they render character profiles.
Yeah, but that is why I made her hair a gradient on the title card. Anyway,
it is very good. I think she actually ignores that, like, last part of the question because she leans forward and she says, she asks you this time, is this about all the weird stuff that's been happening around Okushima?
Depends on what weird stuff you think is happening around Okushima.
And you see her kind of like, with the hand that is not holding the clipboard, she's kind of like, jerking it up and down, like, in lieu of, like, a fidget. Just, like, as if to tap something, but she's not really tapping anything. And she says, thank you, baby. She says, the too good to be true kind of stuff.
Maybe, maybe not.
And there's... Hang on, I have to roll something for her. It would be really funny if she rolled high on this. I am taking it. And there is a pause. And she lets out a sigh as she closes her eyes and she goes, did Satomi-kun put you up to this?
It's just like, God, how the fuck does he respond to this? Well, no. Technically, this, me going to you was my idea.
But you do know Satomi-kun.
Mayhaps.
And she kind of just rubs a hand against her face, and she says, okay, that explains a lot.
A wiggle.
And she just makes a vague gesture at you as she leans back, as if to tell you to continue with your questions.
Oh, right. From your perspective, what do you think is happening in Okushima?
I don't know. And you see her lean back, and she says, it's not as though that injury didn't happen. And it's not as though, like, I can't find traces of it anymore. I did that checkup, and I did see that it was healed. But that was just way too fast. So I just think, I wonder. And you see her pause, and she says, I think someone wants a lot of people to be happy. But I don't think they're able to mess with the physical so much. Because most of the things that have been happening seems a lot like a change of mind.
Okay. I have written this down.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I might type up all of Seeker's notes, like to put in the player chat later.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I have like actual notes. That it would be good if I translated them to like digital. All right. I think Seeker nods and just goes, interesting.
And you see her lean back again, and she says kind of jokingly, she says, do you think if I tried the lottery I'll actually win it this time?
He looks, and then he kind of like takes the pen and like puts it against his mouth. It's just, if, alright, this is a hypothetical here. If technically you were if like things about changes of mindset were happening, it could be something like if you got really disappointed in it, like that you weren't winning, maybe it'll loop back around to you being able to win it because of the strange happenstance.
That seems kind of like a stretch.
It is kind of a stretch, I'll be honest.
I love Seeker so much.
Also, it depends on like how this lottery works, because is it one of those lotteries where you can win like a little bit of money, or is it always a lot of money all the time?
I actually don't know how the lottery works in Japan. I only did this for a bit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got Seeker sidetracked. I think he like considers it for a moment. It's just like, oh fuck, right, questions. maybe getting on to more personal questions, but I am curious. Why would you think I was coming in here to ask about your medical license?
And you see her sigh, and she says, "How do you phrase this?" I hold this doctor. How do you phrase this? She says, "It's not the first time somebody's been at my door trying to talk to me about the legitimacy of my practice. In fact, I used to get a lot more people in suits try to talk to me about my business." Though, to be fair, back then it wasn't like I had the greatest reputation either.
I am writing, so that's why I'm being quiet. If she's at all kind of like reading what he's writing, like because it's like kind of angled so she can read it a little bit. One of his notes, from what she just said, did include the phrase "a lot of assholes." So
yes, good. They
the
were
specific,
assholes.
uh, literally, it's just like when she mentioned people in suits. Instantly, there's only 2 words describing the people in suits. It's a lot of assholes.
Love that. Love that. Thank you, Seeker. You're the true MVP.
Is again, if these are 2 pressing questions, you don't have to answer them. You can turn me down. But was it like because they didn't like you or something, or is it just like?
You see her pause, and she kind of just shrugs, and she says, "I mean, I don't mind talking about it. It's kind of in the past now, but you know how I said that I make my own medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people took kindly to that in the medical community. A lot of people were jealous that I was making medicine better than most hospitals.
I think like he nods. He considers something, and he like nods again. It's like his internal process was, doesn't everyone make their own medicine? Wait a minute, these people have like giant hospitals, right? Uh,
I simply pat Seeker.
God, I wiggle. Okay. Let me look at my questions. Okay. I think he pauses for a second and looks at Tani, and it's just, is that bottle around your neck? Does that also contain medicine?
I have to look at her reference because I could have sworn it was a dog tag.
It looks like a capsule.
It does look like a capsule. Hang on, let me actually.
The only reason I didn't like add the little mark in the design on the title card is because it was an orange, and like, I don't know, I didn't think it would contrast very well. Anyway.
No, that's fair. God, I don't even know what that is. I see bob cut, blunt bangs, red nail polish. Oh, she's short.
How short is she?
Apparently she's shorter than Futaba. No, she's only slightly taller than Futaba. Like, slightly taller.
She's slightly taller than Futaba?
Yeah.
What? She does not look that way in game!
It's because of her shoes. Her shoes
right.
that are, like, what? They're, like, I don't think pumps is the right term. But they are, like, it's got, like, 2 inches on them. Come on. They're, like, platform shoes.
They are platform shoes now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Oh, they are platform shoes.
But, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing distinct about her design, about the necklace specifically. I think what she says, is that, oh, no, this is just, excuse me, this is just a, just an accessory.
Just what? I'm sorry, you glitched out.
Just an accessory.
I think he nods and writes that down.
You're really just writing down her fashion choices, huh? You meet one punk woman.
Maybe if he met more punk women, he'd make notes about their style.
A note to self: get Seeker to meet more punk women.
Careful, he'll start dressing like them.
Okay.
It's just... Well, I don't think I have any more pressing questions, for the matter at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, how do you know Satomi?
You see her kind of, like, smile, and she says, he lives down the street from my clinic. I'm a regular at the cafe there.
I think he stares for a moment, it's just like, somehow I forgot he lived here. Right.
I love Seeker.
I do soft wiggles. Well, I think that's the end of my questions that I had on hand. Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Do you always wear sunglasses indoors?
Yes.
And she nods.
I, have a medical condition.
Ah. I see. In her, you see her lift her clipboard and write something down.
Okay, wow, rude. He is like smiling while saying that. He is definitely joking.
Alright, that's all on my... That's all I got, man.
I think it would be like, if you're happy with how the FPS has gone, I think it would be a funny scene to zoom out on of like Tani like poking about questions, about like, you know, Seeker's physical health.
Yeah, no, like this lady does look you up and down, and again she is going to poke you about your like physical health and whatnot.
Oh yes, I have a lot of allergies. I have an allergy to steel, to iron, to salt.
Yeah, you're a satyr. She probably like figured, but like getting that confirmation, you see her just like nodding, writing it down, nodding. the scene fades to black as Tani's pestering you about your physical health. Probably does give you like some advice on like how to eat healthy even with your allergies.
He makes a scrunched up face but like nods.
That said, thank you so much, Magic, for playing this FPS with me.
Thank you for playing with me, Avi. This has been fantastic, and I hold you very soft. I hold you above my head like a trophy.
And thank you so much for our audience for listening in both now and in the future. With that, though, we are going to bid you a good time zone. Bye!
Bye!